formless form. There's only what's appearing. And this is what's appearing. Room, sound, colors. There's breathing, there's seeing. And this is the absolute. What's happening is the absolute. There's nothing else. Anything that arises is completion. This is completion. What arises in this completion is an experience that is not complete. It's an experience that this is about me. It's a story about my life and where I'm going, and a story about becoming. Becoming whatever. Every seeing person has a different becoming. What the appearance is becoming, what itself is becoming. It's on a path, it's on a journey, it's going somewhere. It doesn't know where it's going, but it's just going somewhere, and it's important. That energy is just a sense of importance and value. I'm heading somewhere. This is real, it's only real to that energy. It has no access to the emptiness of this. And that's the dilemma for it, that this can't be known. What's happening is not really knowable. Knowing arises within this, but it's not solid. It has no substance. Knowing is emptiness, knowing. Owning is just knowing. Me feels like it owns things, that it has things that belong to. It's just the clinching, grasping sort of energy that knows. Nothing can be had, nothing can be held on to. How do you grab something? How do you have? And you can't take anything with you. This can't be, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere.
Could I just, I'm sorry to interrupt. And it makes sense in a way, because we're only ever, relatively in the story, here and now. It's all just like appearing now. It's never appearing in the past, right? And this here now, I'm alluding to what you're sharing is, that's the mystery in a way. So we can't know anything. Even relatively in the story, it's only here now. So, and then all the ideas and everything just flourish out in the moment, it seems, of the ideas of the past and future and things of that nature. So it's something just occurred to me that even in the relative story, we can't know anything, and it even shows itself in the story. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then for that personal energy, the sense of here and now, it's like a position. It's like a point that, I'm here now. And then in the story, it can also be, the person can have an experience of, oh wow, there's only this, but for that energy, this is something. It's still something for it. It can't get out of that, because it itself is the solidity, is the sense of realness.
It could, because it's already what is, in the immediacy, it seems like, and I know this isn't true in the story, that the character can see this, because I kind of lost what I wanted to say, but and this choir is just so wonderful in the background. I hope it adds to the yeah, the character can't know this, but it seems that like the character could see, I'm being redundant, I guess, that it's living in the mystery. I didn't say that how I wanted, but yeah. Unfortunately, something hits me when you're sharing, and then when I try to speak it, it kind of wavers and falls away. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's longed for can't be known and it can't be had. And that's the struggle of the personal energy of trying to know what is, trying to know what's being said. Something can hear this, there can be a resonance, and at the same time, there can be something that comes in and just wants that for itself, wants it to be my resonance, or it feels that it's happening to me.
And you can't even try to, like, for me, it's all about tuning in at this point. For me, quote, you can't even try to understand, really, which is amazing. But you can, it sort of has its place, just like you're speaking. Language has its shortcomings as well, just by virtue of being language, right? But something's being tuned into, so to speak, or transmitted, you know? So I'm sitting here and I'm going, I don't sit here trying to understand anything. I don't know what the miracle is, but there's a tuning in. And somehow the words seem to have a place in that. Not probably in actuality, but they just seem to have a place in reflecting as that. Yeah. It's a statement.
And it says, Jenna said this is like, these meetings are an excuse.
Yeah.
For something else to arise.
Right. So that's what's really radical about it is nobody, you know, we come to the meetings to try to see what you're saying, but it's all a moot point in a way. Not even a moot point, that's another idea. But it's just this immediacy, as they say. And in this immediacy, gatherings happen, and it feels like something could resonate, even though it's probably not even that.
And
So.
it's everywhere. I remember how it used to be here, I believe. It felt like it was only in the meetings, and that once the meeting was done, I was like, oh man, I can't wait for the next meeting, or it felt like that aliveness was only at the meetings, but it's everywhere. It's not just limited to a meeting. It's anything that aliveness is. Wherever that body goes, it's this. Doesn't matter what's appearing. It's wholeness appearing as that. It can be anything. It is anything. This room.
But it's not always recognized in the story as being anything.
Yeah.
And even if it's not recognized, it's still anything.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Not being recognized is this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it feels like, you know, I always make the argument, right? For the relative, for the character, for the liberation within the dream or whatever. I'll do that incessantly.
Yeah.
Probably. All the well-knowing, I don't subscribe to even that. But the way the relative plays out, it seems like there's something reflected, you know, from not even another, but there's just something arising where something's being shared. And it does feel like, you have to admit, something's obvious over there as Zabi, and it doesn't seem as obvious over here. And that's also just the immediacy in the story as well.
I would rather put it in a different way. I mean, it's true, yeah. I would say, I think it's more correct to say that something is not happening here, that something is happening there. Because, and it is true about being obvious, yeah, but that makes it sound like, you know, something has happened here and something has not happened there.
Right.
If you say it that way. Does that make sense? It's like, it's
I
a loss.
I get that. Yeah. But what's being seen apparently there is what you just said, which is how ironic that it appears to have a person saying what it sees about this, regardless, even though that's not the ultimate case.
Yeah, it is misleading because it's not held, it's not known, there's nothing here that actually will drive away, go to work, and know everything we just spoke about.
And that
might seem that way.
That's the very seeing, so to speak, and it's not a seeing for a person.
Yeah.
So that's interesting how that plays out. So I will do this, and I take it very lightly, that the dream plays out the way the dream plays, and if there's a liberated character, that's what it is. That's the immediacy of this. And I would rather see and it's a moot point, but I would rather see a happy character that sees this and feels liberated, and knows it's not the character that knows it's not the character, that sort of dissolves, even though there's no one to dissolve, than a not happy character that doesn't understand the direct radical message, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's all story.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I made my case. I'm finished.
I was going to say, even though people say things like this, I mean, then they just go out and they behave just like they are,
Yeah.
that character. So,
Exactly.
you know, I mean, is it really anything more than just a play on words, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And then this, you know, body has conditioning and characteristic, what it does, what it likes, what it doesn't like. Yeah. It's all pretty much the same. It's just there's no, there seemed to be a need here. Like there was like a need for something else, a need for the next moment, just a discontent, a restlessness.
That's the only, that's the only time when it becomes, you know, when somebody really makes that decision to really be there, you know, because, you know, they realize there's an alternative to what they're going, you know, but they have to be feeling not happy, usually, with how they are in order to go there, you know, in order to see that there is an alternative. But
I was sharing, what was your name again?
Martin.
Martin, yeah. Before that, this message is not for the idea of who you think you are.
Yeah.
And all the questions, and he's into A Course in Miracles, which, you know, there's some overlap from my point of view, but it also addresses the idea of who we think we are and how we're going to get somewhere, you know. So even when we language things, and this happens in all the groups, even the direct that are very privy to what you're sharing, it's always comes back to who they think they are. And it's always being bounced off that's not, it's just this immediacy, and it's not. So it's interesting how we give scenarios, and that's perfect too.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And you just bounce off of that or whatever, apparently. Yeah. And there's a relief for the character, isn't there?
Yeah.
Let's admit that.
Yeah.
That much. Yeah.
Are you talking about when there's the loss of that seeking energy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then, there's the character left.
Apparent.
Preferences and what this likes, what it doesn't like. It pretty much goes on the same, without need, without that type of need, a seeking desperation need.
Yeah.
Just did it for no reason. It was just seeking. It could be sitting in a chair. It could be. I mean, that's how I would describe it. There used to be sitting in a chair, and it was
Yeah.
now it's just sitting in a chair.
Because there's nothing known around it. It's just this.
Yeah.
So either this arises in the immediacy as a contracted appearance, or a not contracted
Either way,
appearance.
it's wholeness and it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Because it's wholeness being contraction or no contraction.
And yet I bet you in the story, the character Zabi travels lighter, simply because there's been, not for Zabi, it realizes that, but the story goes on, and Zabi, the character, this isn't true for you, but I'm not even saying it right, it doesn't subscribe, there's not like subscribing
Like
to the story. But I'm still talking about this character, so it's tricky, you know. Yeah.
It's like, it's no longer a story, but this still goes towards drives the car.
Yeah. And this is probably happier. I don't know. Okay. I know it's not a good point. Yeah.
Anything.
But it is a point in the story, yeah.
But there can be anger.
Sure.
All of it.
Yeah. That's the beauty, right, in a way, of this unconditional liberation, if you want to call it that. Anything can arise.
Exactly.
I see. I know, in tuning in, all of a sudden, like, it seems like a shift, but it's not. And then there's a clarity that it's just this immediacy. And then this feels lighter here. And it's not just it doesn't feel like a concept. It feels very visceral. that it's just this immediacy. And yet the character feels better. Yeah. I'm just giving you all kinds of scenarios. We love our scenarios, don't we?
Question never gets answered. It's just the questioner turned out to be an illusion. There's no need for an answer because there's no question. The question comes from the illusion of being someone or having a position or this being real. Only real.
That's why it's just so mind-blowingly uncompromising and beautiful in that respect, because it's just total freedom in a sense, total liberation.
Only the ego questions.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's part.
That's a part. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just a question. What is this? Who am I? Where am I going? It's endless.
Yeah, inherent in the questioning, it feels once removed, doesn't it? I mean, it feels that way in the story. Rather than an openness, and this is also a story of tuning in, and just an open receptivity. The questioner defaults into the idea of itself that wants to know, and that's an endless loop, it seems.
It feels like it gets something, like a relief
Yeah.
from the answer, but what it doesn't know is that answer, it just creates another question.
Yeah.
There's never like a final rest, a final, okay, that's the answer. That never happens.
Yeah, and that's, I'm talking too much, but that's the beauty of this message, in a sense, is there's always that carrot, that spiritual carrot, you're going to get it sometime in the future, and it creates that, and that's the definition of suffering. And this is like just by some miracle, because you can't get it, but by some energetic miracle, it's just all of a sudden, there's an obviousness somehow.
Yeah, me has everything like back to front and what it thinks it will bring.
Yeah.
And what freedom is. Me says the freedom is the freedom to get and have and do what I want.
Yeah.
And make choices.
It's starting on, you can see it in the Bible a little bit, like it's starting on false ground, like, in a way. The default's the me, and then it tries to, from bottom up, so to speak, to try to get to this higher, which is all well and fine in the story. It might play out that way and beautifully done, and a sense of liberation. But this is more top down, and it's not even that, because it already is this. It's not trying to get to this.
Yeah. It's already.
That's the beauty. And there's I'm sorry, I'll shut up in a minute. There's a beautiful recognition, so to speak, and it's not that, and simplicity to that. It's so simple that it eludes, so to speak, and so endless searches through endless paths. And it's not a form of bypassing, it's just right here. The bypassing could be the paths, if you want to call anything bypassing. So there's different definitions of bypassing. But I think we're trained and conditioned not to realize that, in the story, that it's just here, in the immediacy, and that something, if you're not learning or you're not maturing spiritually, so to speak, that it's not available for the idea of the person. But it's instantly this, in its immediacy. And that's what I love about these groups, because there's something energetic and palpable that's just this, and with an openness, so to speak, just an openness. It could be self-validating, like an obvious, rather than having to try to see it or explain it or anything like that.
Yeah. And the meetings, it does seem that, more alive, in a sense, palpable.
Right?
It can be anywhere, but it just seems that when we're gathering like this.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting that gatherings arise to reflect this? What's up with that?
What did you say there? So,
That gatherings arise to reflect this, and we want to see this. Even though it has no bearing, it's just this. It's anywhere. And yet, it feels so beautiful in the story to be present to this. And I'm sure that's why you enjoy it too. It's a beautiful reflection just to be present as this, in the story. But if you think you're somewhere, am I right? Then it's not somewhere. Yeah, it's not in the group.
Yeah.
It's not in the gathering.
Yeah. It has really nothing to do with, the meeting.
Wow. Yeah, I could laugh at that. The meeting's like another concept, an idea that just arises. Wow. Yeah. That's wild. It's like total free fall then.
Yeah.
It's like not knowing anything.
Yeah.
And it's just this.
That's the personal enemy's worst nightmare, is not to know or to lose its knowing. Because that's its safety, it's its ground, knowing.
And there's no effort to maintain anything.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So it's just obvious there in the story as Zabi. It's just, it's beautifully immediate and obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they didn't come here to hear me speak.
There is no real timeline, real continuity. That's also like an energetic movement of energy. It tries to hold everything, and it wants to put it in order and have a context, because it needs to know where it's going.
And it runs so deep, the mind can't handle the fact that time doesn't even exist.
Yeah. It does, isn't.
I mean, it exists, but it appears.
Not really.
Right, right. So this whole thing is like poof in a way. And that's like another, in the story, that feels like even another, aside from there being, and it's not even no self, we know that already, we've all matured past the idea of no self, because that's as opposed to self. But it's, lost my train of thought. It's unfathomable, I can never say that word, unfathomably this, even beyond causation, any kind of causation, or even physical reality, perhaps, you could say. Maybe the door's better open so it doesn't squeak.
I don't know.
There were some people talking, so I was going to close the door, but it's okay? Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. I know that I could talk forever with the right words, and it kind of is a little liberating in the story in that way. But unless there's like a breath in the story and a relaxation and a dropping in and tuning in as this, so to speak, there seems to be a qualitative distinction and difference for the character perhaps, and maybe not. But I do know that it's more of in some respect, it feels more of a feeling orientation than a trying to understand somehow. It's like stepping back from this level of conceptual connecting or understanding. And I always know that when I just take a breath, all of a sudden something hits clearly in that way.
Yeah.
And we're so conditioned to, it's just so heavy to want to get it. And that's all you see in the groups is trying to get it in that way. So, just a statement. Is it true that Jim Newman once sat at a meeting without saying anything?
Did he?
I think I heard that somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like nothing came up. It was just the palpable present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or for a good period of time. I forget.
Yeah, because there's really nothing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the questions, I mean, sometimes there seems to be an introduction just for what, what the question might be, and then there's questions, and then there's answers, like a response, not really answers, because there's no answer. It's just responses come out, and if there's no question from someone sitting, it's just...
Yeah. And that's why you see in the Jim Newmans and the Tony Parsons, and I used to think they were, this is just a story I had, that they were you never know. And in the story it feels like copycats, and is it really something palpable, or is it just copying, the language, the demeanor, right? But what you're sharing is why you see, like Tony Parsons, he'll just sit there, and then if something comes up, then he'll answer. Jim Newman just sits there. He's not like trying to, he just sees what arises and responds. Yeah, it's interesting. And it's okay either way. There's like, apparently, as if there's a need, but that's interesting.
Isn't there a difference between saying it and living it?
Well, yeah, there could
For example, the difference between, shall we say, you mentioned Tony Parsons, or one of those people, and Ramana Maharshi. The one who spent an entire lifetime to reach that state of realization. It seems to me that the other one is just kind of, just assumed it, without any real change in what they really are, what they're really experiencing.
Yeah, because really, I think it's a little different with Tony Parsons and Ramana, because I feel like you said, a realization, or there's like something special, or something happened. That appears in this, but it's nothing special about it. Sitting in a chair is realization, if you want to use that word. It's sitting in a chair. it's whatever's happening. There's no need to get somewhere or reach something and then sit in a cave. Sitting in this room is that. What you long for is sitting and doing that. That is what's deeply desired. It's just unacceptable. If there's an energy of feeling separate, for it to hear that sitting in a room is it's just like, no. It just doesn't feel okay to it. It feels like it has to be something else that it will eventually get to.
Wow. The liberation, being redundant, the liberation is in the immediacy, if I could say it that way.
Even the experience of being someone is still
Sure.
immediacy being not immediacy.
Sure. No, I get that. I just didn't word it in the right way. But you see all the religions talking about. I mean, there's something to it, but it's always for the person, unfortunately. But the beauty and the liberation in a lot of these teachings is let's call it ecstasy of the moment, the presence that need not move or subscribe to a timeline. And then the beauty of this just flowers as is, it seems, even in the appearance. It's such a relief, even relatively, for the character to see the beauty as we did as an infant or whatever, as a child, so to speak, in the story. Just the beauty of the flowering in each moment of this even apparent existence. And yeah, and if it could be seen clearly that any trying to get something outside of it it kind of seems like it reduces it in some way to something. Definition of suffering, as you just shared. Yeah, as you just shared. Yeah, and yet the adventure of this appearance to have good experience. Of course, preferences arise. Maybe wanting to know about the universe arises. The subtleties, quantum physics. It's still part of this dream, which is blowing me away right now. Just seeing that's just all part of the images, and the dream of this includes what we think quantum physics is and all that, and how it's driving deeper, and its non-locality, and and all that, which seems to mirror this in some way, to some degree. But we go on chasing quantum physics, and when it's this immediacy. Yeah. And for a moment there, I see that happens. I just had to laugh because as I was sharing, it like hits at certain points. It feels like it hits at certain points, and then it wavers, and then it's like an in-between where it feels liberated, but somewhere in between. But there's a relief. And then all of a sudden, it's just so palpable and obvious. And you can see people, it lights up, when seen that way. There's a difference. It feels like a difference between the two. I'm just going to keep going. And I used to do like comparative teachers, like, oh, this teacher gets it, or this teacher is more not direct, or this and that, or this teacher is parroting, And it feels like in the dream that there's some ones that share where it's palpable. And there's actually no, in truth, it's just this, arising as that. But I feel a difference, like between, let's say, it just seems like a clarity of the obviousness from ones in the apparent dream that see. And we have no way to read into that either. You never know what's going on behind the scenes of an apparent mind, being. I get that. But it feels like some of them are more conceptual and others are more palpable and being. You could just feel it energetically.
It can be obvious within the first few seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there something to that? Or is that, because there's no difference between the two ultimately. It's just all, that comparison is just story also. But it feels like there's something very different and palpable energetically.
One could be wanting to tell you something, and the other, nothing. And nothing can be...
That's the difference, so to speak. Yeah. That's beautiful. No, I just realized something in the dream. The need, there is a difference in the need for a character to tell someone what it sees, even if it's truthful and feels valid. And there's a difference between, it's almost like a stepping back, like there's a difference between this speaking, so to speak, the immediacy arising, speaking from the beauty of this, let's just say it that way, than the idea of the self that sees, and it does seem to see something, but you could still feel the idea of the self in operation as it's arising that way. There's a amazing, sense of that. Yeah. You used to listen to Jim Newman, and there was something palpable, probably.
Yeah, of course.
Specifically in that apparent expression, or Tony Parson, or whoever.
Everybody just resonates with whoever they do. It's like one person can say, oh, it's really popular for Jim. One person can say, oh, it's Tony, or it's Chris.
Yeah.
It's just how it seems to happen.
Yeah.
There's no rules. It's not because of Jim.
Right. Do you feel a deep sense of love? Because there's even though, I have to qualify everything that I said. Even though in the dream, I get that there's boundaries, anything can arise, But the seamlessness of it, as this immediacy, it has to feel like love.
It is love.
Because there's no resistance. You see, language is tricky. That's why I say I have to qualify. Of course, resistance will arise also. That's this.
Love.
But that's what I'm saying. So I might want to say no resistance, but that's the best I could do. It feels like love because everything's allowed. It's not even allowed. But there's such a relief, and it just feels like love because in the dream there's no defending. there is, you know what I mean? It's so hard to talk about. If offending can arise, but you know what I'm saying.
There's unconditional love.
There's an underlying peace, like, yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, you can't say what it is, but unconditional love seems to come out in,
Yeah.
what I don't know the right word for it.
Does it move?
Energy.
Yeah, energy.
Even though the dream is a dream, it can move in the dream. Seem to move. Yeah, that, I'm trying to capture, how to say this. It seems to flow in the dream. It can. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. And then maybe it won't. Oh, look who's here. The hypnotist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it turned off on its own? Oh, wow.
Is it something I said?
Yeah. What?
So is it something I said?
No, it's just this body odor, this deep. No,
There
I'm
you
just-
go.
So Facebook Live, this is all live. Zabi will be right back. I'm drilling him and giving him the. It's really part of the play. Like it's just bouncing off of Zabi, just to see, curiosities. Here it doesn't feel like a search in a way, here for me, but it's just bouncing off of Zabi, like curiosities about this as compared to that, and it's good. It is clarifying to be able to bounce off sometimes of, an idea or something like that. So you did make it, you did.
Yeah. I had a session that just kind of knocked me out, so I needed recovery time. More than usual. So. Plus, I need to eat. You had this go so late last time. And I got really bad.
I remember that.
Hypoglycemia.
I remember. I'm on a 36-hour fast right now. It's working. I go on and off, but I'm on track now.
Oh, that's good.
It's not so hard. I did it a few times. It's 24 hours really, and then you sleep the next 12 hours.
You sleep for 12 hours?
No. Yeah, that's what the fast. That's a side effect of the fast. No, I mean you could account for the next 12 hours with sleep. By the time you eat breakfast and everything, before you go to sleep, and then you sleep, and then I did 48 hours too. It's more doable than people realize. And then that puts you in a state of autophagy. You ever hear that? Autophagy, where your body cleans its whole system out. It fights disease. It goes into a state where it burns the fat, but it also eats all the senescent cells, the disease cells, as a survival mechanism. It's a byproduct of fasting. Yeah.
I fasted at times in my life. Not sure this
And it's in all the religions, by the way, right?
Yeah.
The Jewish religion, fasting.
You fasting now?
I'm just doing it for weight and health. 36-hour fast. But I just started this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's the only diet that works for me. Yeah. The only one.
Good diet.
I remember, I don't know, sorry. People who meditate, the person talking in the back just reminded me of this. People who meditate find that sometimes as distracting or an obstruction, but there's no such thing. Yeah, it's just all part of this. It's part of the meditation. Yeah. It's like the idea, the conditioning says, oh my God, this is distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be a certain way. It's only when it's quiet.
Yeah.
That's what is.
Yeah.
It's all inclusive. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's no thing appearing, which is this. It's not about anything. This appearance is not about anything. There's no cause, there's no reason, there's no purpose to it, but in the most lovely, fascinating way. Not fascinating, lovely way. There's no need for anything to happen, but that includes need or something happening. It's all inclusive.
Wow. And I think the laughter comes from, I really do, from there not being the laughter comes from the no limit aspect of it, like from nothing needs to be, and it's in the story. I can't talk about this stuff. It's crazy. I'll just say it, the laughter comes in that there's just nowhere to land, that there's no way to subscribe to, and that's so liberating. Yeah.
Nothing needs to be got, nothing needs to be had.
Yeah. And it has to feel like a relief on some level.
It is a relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that, but it comes in waves, Yeah. Feels like it comes in
In a
waves.
sense, it's like a reflection and nothing's needed.
Wow.
And somehow that's already known, not known in that way, but everybody seems to already know what's being talked about. But it just seems to be overlaid with that energy of moving, striving, getting something. That energy of being someone.
What do you mean by everybody knows it?
In a sense, not in that way. I don't know how else to say it. It's
It is, yeah,
in a sense, it's intuitive. Like
because it's already the case.
it's already the case.
Yeah.
There just seems to be an energy that comes in, wanting and needing and trying to make this about something when it's actually not about anything.
Yeah.
Those are just thoughts that come up, yeah.
Yeah, stories.
Well, yeah. They come from wanting.
But it seems to be like visceral. It's like the thoughts seem to have this energy, like it's held and it's embodied. Like the sense that this is about something and it's important. Yeah, you can say it's a thought, but it's more than that. It's the whole body seems to take it on as a lived.
Mm-hmm.
This is about me and my life, and it's going somewhere. It's important.
Yeah. If you can just look on that, if you can just look on it as just something that's just appeared, a thought, or whatever you want to call it, when you're in that place of looking at it, then you're free of it. Then it's no longer there. Yeah.
And you're not even there to be free of it. I just have to add that.
Yeah.
At that
I
point.
just call it choreography.
Yeah, the idea of you.
Yeah.
But you have to be there. You can't, or not be there. You have to not be there. Yeah, really.
I have to not be there.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, it's there.
Such a conundrum for the mind, right? To try to, it's paradoxical.
Yeah, if it's tried to like be understood, it seems like a paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only what appears. Thoughts, memories, imagination, whatever arises is just arising as and is nothing. Nothing, because there's no better word for it. I don't know what else to say but nothing. Because you can't say anything.
This immediacy works better.
Immediacy.
It seems. Yeah.
Timeless appearing as time.
So one day, all of a sudden, it was clear. There, apparently.
But here it seemed to be just the unraveling.
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
like it seemed like the whole body had an energetic type of grasp. Here there was like a grasping, and then the whole body, like cellular, was just like this. Just how it felt. I mean, I don't know how it was like that, and that just seemed to slither away
gradually.
Gradually, yeah.
Is just out of curiosity, is there any moment in time that you would distinguish
No, there was no moment
where it was this way first?
Oh no! See, that hasn't happened. That's.
No, I know it's in the story. Yeah.
It's like.
But sometimes we tell the story of it.
Yeah. But there's not a. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
Times where it's like,
Glimpse.
Yeah.
So,
It's neither here nor there ultimately.
Yeah.
So the holding was something you hadn't noticed before.
The holding, the grasping. Yeah, it was so intrinsic. I had no idea. It was just life. It was just me, my life. This is a world I'm living in, and it was just so all-encompassing. It was just me. And then when this message was heard, it just somehow started to break down. The trying to hold on and making it work, and it was just obvious there's nowhere to go. And it was like kind of hitting a brick wall, in a sense. And it just seemed to fizzle out. And it was like, when it was going, it was like, oh, that's what it was doing. Like, I had no clue what this is, you know, until it started to fall away. Yeah.
What led you to suddenly search for, look at videos of Jim?
Yeah, so here the story was just like a lot of partying, alcohol, drugs, and chasing money and women and cars. And it was just this need of always trying to fill up, needed vodka to make this feel better. There was something else like, it's just not okay, and just vodka. And then when this got sober for like a week, and then it was like a question just came up, like, this is it? Like, what's the point of this? Going to work, sleep, eat, wake up, go to work again, and then die? So that question came up, and then I Googled, what's the point of life?
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And then that's when I think Alan Watts showed up, and then Muji, and Eckhart Tolle, and stuff, and I was like, okay, I gotta be in the now, and then that whole story changed that way. And then Jim Newman popped up, and then that was kind of just the end.
Via YouTube, like YouTube suggested him.
Yeah, YouTube suggested, exactly, it was the algorithm.
YouTube is the ultimate God. It knows.
Yeah.
It knows the path.
And then something was heard in that. Yeah. It's that, I'll say, that energy of being someone that me cannot survive in this wholeness, swallow that. Wholeness ate Zabi up. Emptiness swallows Zabi. This is a description.
You hear that progression a lot. It almost gives credence to like a progression of dissolving.
It's,
at first, and I know what I'm saying. I'm not defending that point of view, but it almost, because you see that in a lot of cases. First, they're exposed to this. There's a little bit of an opening. At least they're facing in the direction, and there's Alan, and then they graduate. I've graduated to, let's say, Eckhart Tolle, and then I've gravitated. Yeah. But it's funny how it's funny how that goes that way, though.
But what was revealed in the end, was
see.
All
I see.
of that
Yeah.
was wholeness appearing.
Yes, that's
it wasn't
remarkable.
a real Zabi that actually
Yes.
really slithered away and died.
Yeah.
It was wholeness. It was always no thing. This is no thing, but no thing felt like it was something.
Yeah. I wonder why the dream plays out that way with a lot of characters. But
This wholeness pretending.
yeah, it likes that way.
That's why nothing happens. The unraveling and the undoing, when I described that, it was an unhappening. It wasn't events that happened. Because me lives in events. Like, so if it hears unraveling, it's like, oh, that's something that's gonna happen. But it's not a happening, it's an undoing. You can't think about undoing. It's like having a toothache. If you have a toothache, you wake up, it's the worst pain, and all you think about is, I wish this toothache was gone. The whole day's affected. Let's say you had that 5 years ago. When's the last time you thought about your toothache? When it's gone, it's just gone. There's no like, oh, do you remember that toothache? It's just gone. Or a headache, when a headache goes away. It's not an actual happening. There's a headache, and then it just seems to not be there.
Right.
So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not something that happens. It just...
But it feels like glimpses are glimpses.
Yeah, glimpses seem like, those seem like events. Yeah. Glimpses, because it's like a, what do you call it? Comparison from being something to like, and then, so that seems like an event.
I mean, yesterday I was eating this pulled pork vegan sandwich.
Yeah.
I was like, and I noticed liking it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's not this is liking. This is not. There's no I liking this. This is just
enjoyment, right?
Yeah. And what was wonderful about it was the part of me that's terrified of realization, fully sinking into whatever this is. Suddenly got, I'm still gonna. There's still gonna be, there's still gonna be liking sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I didn't. And the part of me that's terrified.
Yeah. It's still like there'll still be whatever that body's conditioned, like whatever it likes and dislikes. They all will still seem to continue. There's a need that comes along with feeling separate. There's an energetic uneasiness.
It's just how much importance you give to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just embedded importance. Yeah.
So someone says it's hard to hear once again. I was hoping I could get better quality. Now you're recording this as well? So your recording came out better last time. So I'll let the people know that are listening. We will also have this recorded and I'll post it at some point. Yeah. And if I could get these mics on here, maybe I could fix it.
I don't know if maybe because my sound came good from this distance.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
The stand blocking the mic.
Maybe. Can you hear better now?
It should sound better.
Oh.
I can maybe try to speak louder.
And I'm going to try the mic also. They didn't power on, unfortunately. I don't know why.
Are there still people there in the...
Yeah. On and off. It's just, I charge this up and they're just not working.
Is the thing plugged in?
Well, now it went on.
It's blinking.
It just went on. Let's do it. Which one is that? This one. All right. It's trying to find the mothership. And once this stops blinking, the mic should work. Both of them.
Oh, you may have the wrong one in if it's still blinking.
It's the right one.
Have it plugged in the right way.
I'm pretty sure it's the right one.
Let's see if turn it around. The one on the phone. It's not picking up that's...
It shouldn't be. It should be the same. I'll get it going. Bear with us. Why? It's just a plug-in. There's no Bluetooth or anything.
There should be. Try the other one because it's not. If it's not picking up on the. No, I mean try the other bottom piece.
Yeah, I know which goes with which though. I'll try the other one with the other, but the other mics might not go on.
Is it solid now or is it still blinking? It's solid now.
Oh, it's not the right mic.
It is.
So the wrong mic is the one that works for the different. Could you guys hear better now? We attached a mic. Let us know in the comments. Is the sound clear without echo? Let me give this to you. I don't know if it's working, but just clip it on.
Looks like it's working.
Yeah, but I don't know where it's going to on that. I actually got the wrong one plugged in.
No, if it's solid green, you have the right one.
But it's definitely not. There's a brand name on both of them. That match.
I don't know.
Okay. Nobody wants to let me know. They're in deep samadhi. This one. Michael Colombo, my friend. Could you comment?
Well, maybe take it out and see if it's
in the section, if the maybe they're not.
Oh yeah, they're probably hearing me. There you go.
Maybe they're not hearing me at all. That's why they're not commenting. What'd you say?
Or that thing is blocking the sound, and then they can't hear it because of that.
Okay.
The thing in the bottom.
This is the mic receiving.
The receiver, yeah. But if that mic is not working, and
it's supposed to be this one. Let me try this one. And it's still green?
Yep, it's blinking.
Oh, good. Now does it go green again?
It's green, but it's flashing. It's not solid.
It's to the wrong one. That's weird.
Yeah, it was solid without it.
Yeah, and the other one's a different brand. I'll put the other one in.
so you last time talked about that your body is still releasing the.
It seems to, yeah.
Yeah, how does that manifest for you?
I mean, it just seems like it's hard to describe. Like, this body was really neurotic, and just certain old conditioning can come up, and then it just seems to fizzle out. I don't know how else to.
Okay, but it's not a physical thing.
Oh, it is physical, yeah. Like, it's like there seems to be something that still kind of fizzles out. I don't know.
So for you, it's a sensation.
Kind of like and yeah, it's a body thing. I don't know. Yeah.
For me, it's perfect.
Oh yeah. Okay, solid.
Yeah, nobody's responding. Michael or Anand, could you comment if you hear me?
Or they'll hear me, right?
Or hear.
Oh yeah. Corey said if you hear us, comment.
You could also pull it out and just ask them if they didn't hear anything.
I know, I was thinking they might not even be hearing that.
Yeah, so do that also.
Yeah. Sorry for the interruptions. We took the mic out. Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? in my own little world here with the mics. I think I got it. Let's try.
Yeah.
They should be able to hear this one. Does that one say Muin? Is that the?
This is green.
Does that have a brand?
No brand.
Oh, right. Okay, got it. And is it still green when I put it on here?
Yep.
Good. I think we got it. Oh, you don't have this one. Okay. And yours is green? I guess the frequencies overlap or whatever. But this is the right one. Let's try it. Still flashing. Same brand. One is flashing, one is good. This one's more secure.
This one?
This one's the same brand.
Oh yeah.
So what was the meeting about?
Nothing.
All this that arises is this immediacy. Wonderful.
It's Seinfeld.
Oh yeah. Show about nothing.
Why would this one be working? Okay.
Yeah, what is can't be known, it can't be perceived, it can't be had. The struggle that personal energy seems to have is wanting to know what's being said. Sometimes there can be a resonance, and then there can still be that energy at the same time being someone separate, and then it wants to have it or own it for itself. It's just it feels like it's gonna land somewhere where it'll be like, now I'm good. Now I'm good forever. That landing never happens. It's just a constant circle. It just goes on and on and on. But that is wholeness, being that. There's no one separate actually doing that. No one's being needy. It's just an energy of need that arises, which is this, which is wholeness being need. Why not? It's just for that energy, it's just, it doesn't seem nice, doesn't feel nice. But it won't get relief from that world of seeking for a little bit. You know, it can be satisfied. But what's longed for is fulfillment for the end of that need.
In the dream, it feels like that's why everyone is searching anyway, because somewhere, like you alluded to before, we all kind of know this, apparently. I mean, it is this immediacy after all. And there seems to be a veil of identity, like, over that somehow, which is also part of the immediacy. But there's a yearning, there's a sense, even in the dream, the character, of some kind of incompletion.
Yeah.
That it needs to be complete.
That's part and parcel of it. That is the experience of it, yeah.
It tries to find it dualistically, but it's not there.
Exactly, because that's its only tools.
Right.
It has to
then,
do it.
And then it gets a new car, and it feels like it found its whole for a short period of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's filling that gap, but it's not really filling.
Or scared of losing it, the car breaking down, or the next car. It's just.
Even the wealthiest people, all the money in the world.
That's the worst.
If there's identity there, then.
When you have everything, then it's like, now what?
Right.
You're still not okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that from personal experience.
That's true.
That wasn't a good example.
Yeah. I remember hearing the story, like, it was like, okay, if I get A, B, and C, and it just seemed to work out. I got the A, B, and C. It was whatever that was. And it was still like, what the fuck? What's this underlying itch? This underlying restlessness. It just doesn't touch that. Nothing can seem to touch that. No getting, no possessing will. It's a bucket with a hole on the bottom, and it's trying to be filled, but it can't because there's a hole.
It's easy for you to laugh.
Oh.
I'm joking.
Because nothing's really actually solid, so nothing can be possessed.
I mean, it comes in waves here, and I could feel a lot of times like, oh, it's just such a relief.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Yeah. And it brings you right here in the character, in the story. It's just right now, it's right here. It's just an aliveness. It seems to be such a fresh. As a child almost, fresh. Childlike aliveness.
Newness.
Unobstructed in a certain respect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
It feels like it comes in waves here, but I get that. Yeah.
The issue for the person, it can't become an experience. What's being talked about, it's not going to be in a personal experience, something that you can carry and take it with you.
Which brings up an interesting point, because I have a friend that's really into psychedelics, you know, and he says you just can't see past the idea of the ego unless you do this, because it just so powerfully blows away any notion of who you think you are when you're taking whatever psychedelics, whether it's 5-MeO or LSD or whatever, right? And he says you can't know, but it's still reduced to an experience.
Yeah, it's still an experience.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, the relief is nothing's wrong. Nothing was ever wrong. Whatever that body has done, every movement is perfect. There was no doer behind anything. There is no doer now. It might feel that way. If it does, I don't know. But there's not. That's what this meeting's about in a way.
You could be sure there's a lot of doers. People.
It's an experience.
It feels like doer for a lot of people.
Yeah, but there's no.
I know.
It's just the sense of it, a sense of being someone.
Does it help to? There are moments where I catch myself and I say, "Oh, there's no I that did that, or there's no they that did that," because there's that other side of believing that there's separation. Does it make a difference if you when you?
No, in the dream that happened a lot here in the story. There was a lot of shit. Like it's like there wasn't a me that did that. You know, all types of realizations and all of that. In the end, none of it mattered because there was wholeness doing that. There was no separation. It didn't lead anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it does help.
It seems, in this story it can seem to help.
Yeah. Where it does really help right now is that, and I probably said this last time, all this trauma work I had to do involved this very rigorous process. And now when the same trauma shows up, all it wants is for me to say there was no I that did that, there was no they that did that. And that takes away that it's like it's showing up one more time for that thought process, which is fascinating.
Yeah, it could seem to happen like that. Yeah. In the end, what was revealed here is nothing ever actually needed help. So what happened here was the one that wanted help just died. So nothing actually ended up getting helped in the end. Just the need for help just vanished.
Just by grace, in a sense, a miracle, because nobody was here to do that.
No one did it.
That's why it almost feels like it's a progression. Because the ones, I'm just playing devil's advocate as usual, The ones that where it subtly peels away, as you were describing in your journey, like an unraveling, in that respect, seem to be more prone. And I know this isn't ultimately true, but it just seems that those are the ones that are more prone, and they're not even exist. So it's hard to talk about that. But where it arises the way it appears to arise for Zabi, where it's just seeing the wholeness of this, so to speak. It seems more likely you hear the stories. Maybe we're just hearing the stories more.
Yeah.
Without,
those are just the ones talking about it.
maybe the ones, and then others are just.
Yeah, because there's nothing to say. It just seems that this body talks about it. A few others do.
Yeah.
But you don't. There could be, let's say, someone walking down right there. They're probably not a sense of being someone. You just don't know.
True.
Yeah. Even if there's a sense of it or not, there's still no one. There's still no one, no separate doer inside anybody.
Yeah. I'm going to repeat all that.
No.
I'm just kidding. That's the last thing. What a mystery, this existence, these appearances. I'm just looking at it now, just looking around, and it's just the fact that it appears to exist. It's just remarkable.
It's causeless.
That there's apparently anything causeless, and it only arises here, in the immediacy. And what the heck is it? I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just saying, existence itself is just mind-boggling. And in the dream, everyone just goes mechanically through the day, and never occurs to even.
It's just solid life, and I gotta get somewhere.
Yeah. Just the curiousness that we're even here is just so remarkable. Apparently. Even the dream's remarkable, just the fact that a dream arises like this. And it's so beautiful in a lot of ways. And intricate. Yeah. Well, either they're hearing this or not. So whatever. It's probably a sign. That's probably the best gathering ever if it's all silent and there's no words, no sound.
No sound.
Best one ever.
You can just imagine talking like we are as just being like, say, birds chirping or something like that, It's just, that's what that is, but there's really no kind of difference between those things, we're just making these noises and they mean something to us, they mean something in our minds, but that's all going on in the dream, as it were. Yeah.
Sense of importance.
There can't be any meaning. I'm looking at it this way, in the dream even, so to speak, because for there to be meaning, I mean, I'm not trying to be philosophical, but for there to, it's this immediacy, and for there to be meaning, there would have to be time. There'd have to be time to create some kind of meaning around something, and it's just all this, just this.
Yeah, there would have to be something happening.
Yeah.
This has no meaning. Where's the meaning?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no thing appearing. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere.
And there's like loopholes in the dream in a way too, because even in the dream, it's all here. Like, so if I travel somewhere, I never left here. Like even in the dream. So it seems to be like a panoramic display phenomena just being displayed here, if that makes sense, even in the dream. So we think because there's time and space in our minds that we're going somewhere, even literally in this materialistic world, like I'm going to go home. But I'm not going home. It's just all here appearing as that.
But for the person, it feels like the here. Yeah, but for the person, it feels like it's still the perceiver of this. Even if this is all there is for the person, it's still a sense of it's mine.
Yeah, that's why I said even in the dream, there's like a loophole where you can't even say in the dream that you're going somewhere, because perceptually in the dream, and I'm not saying this is the ultimate, this is the actuality of it, but in the dream, it's all here. It's never not here. Even for a character, it's all an apparent character. It's just all here in the perception. And now, So they give in the Matrix. They give us little signs, that this isn't. There's something off here. Remember the glitch in the Matrix when you watched that? The cat twice.
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen it.
He saw something repeat itself twice, and that was like a glitch.
Oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah. And then you have simulation theory. Oh my God. We're in a computer simulation.
My dad used to talk to me about that.
Oh, really? Way back?
Yeah.
Oh, he's ahead of the curve. Were you brought up exposed to questioning existence from your parents to any degree?
It's funny, when I remember being like 5 and then having a question. My family grew up Muslim, so I remember being like thinking, so we're right. It was me and my aunties, everyone at the house. So we're right. This is according to my mom. We're right, and everyone else, our neighbors and people across the street and everyone, they're wrong. It just didn't. It didn't compute. Like, it just didn't make sense. For us, we're right. Everyone else is wrong, and they have to follow what we believe. It just.
There's like loopholes in the dream.
Yeah.
And then, who is it? Ricky Gervais or something. He's big on this. He has a comedy routine, but he says there's thousands of religions. He says that, and yours is the right one. Huh?
What was that like?
And there's thousands and thousands of religions, and yours is the only right one.
That's exactly how I felt as a kid. I was like, what? I'm like, you guys not see this?
And then the other ones think theirs is the only
right exactly. One. That's exactly what the thought process here. I remember that.
Wow, yeah.
This didn't make sense. And I didn't know that was not normal. To
not typical,
Yeah, to feel that way.
Yeah, we can be that way about this.
Yeah. Sure. See, that's the thing. In the end, there is no non-duality. There is no something. There's nothing. So there's not a way of being non-dual or a state that got achieved, and then this is the ultimate truth. It's just the end of all of that. The end of duality.
We have to label it, so I stick with the label.
Yeah, not two. That's why it says not two, instead of like oneness or
Yeah, and just so they know, if you're having a gathering, I'll say radical. But it's not that. That's just a word, a concept.
So religion appears in this. That's what appears.
Everybody's exactly right.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, in a sense that no one can be wrong.
Yeah. And I feel this is expressed in some of the religions, ironically enough. You know, the message.
The core of it, yeah. The core of every religion.
If you look deeply into the message between the lines before it got filtered and translated and all that, or just read between the lines.
Yeah.
Some are more aligned than others, but it's there.
It's just you can't do anything with it. It's just done.
Yeah.
There's no separation. That's it. And then someone hears that and like, oh, we got to make a story out of
religion,
that.
Yeah.
So I remember Paul Sekar, it says, the one quality that all religions possess is thy will, not mine. Which I like. That works. That's this is doing itself.
Yeah.
As much as anything else.
Yeah. Life doing itself.
The characters are here because they want to feel complete. Let's face it.
I don't know if we know why the characters are here.
No, we don't. That's true. Ultimately, we don't, but it feels like, you know, you feel something's off and we want a completion. But how the whole phenomenon arises, of course, it just arises. We don't know.
The sense of something being off is that energy that's being spoken about.
Yeah.
The sense of separation.
It even, no, I can't say this. I'll say it though. It even comes into the dream, but it doesn't. But I'm saying it's so powerful, the immediacy of this, that even, I'm just poking fun, even the dream notices that there's something, like off.
Until it dies.
And then it realizes, And then there's, then even noticing is a moot point, right? Noticing.
That's still the dream.
Yeah. We had a teacher here, Peter Brown, and he really clear and present, and you know, it shows you sometimes the expression is a certain way and the words betray, but one of his most prime thing he would share a lot is notice, right?
Yeah.
He would just always say, just notice, no concept, but he would say no concept, not conceptually, just notice here, you know, just notice. But even that's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's speaking to something.
Right. I think he realized, you know, I mean, I'm talking about the person, Peter. I think he saw all that he was speaking to something, but he still was expressing it that way. I mean, he wasn't naive to the fact that it's just this, you know, but still, speaking to someone.
You called this radiant presence.
Yeah, and he would share that way as well, radiant presence. So, anyway.
He didn't talk about the nothing part. Every week with him.
Yeah. Because words like presence, it could kind of be like turned into something or imagined as something or something that you can be. Presence. That's nothing you can't really do anything with. No thing. Because you can't say what this is.
Not even, right. I just got that. Yeah. Presence is like, it's another.
Boundless energy.
Yeah.
Wholeness, completeness.
Like if you break it down.
Yeah.
If you break it down, what is presence? It just falls apart. That doesn't even have meaning. It's a word. Yeah. It's just a word. In a way. Yeah.
So it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not even that.
How are your parents dealing with you as in this particular version?
Well, they just, I mean, the only comment I heard from my dad was, he said, oh, you just don't seem to care anymore. And that was about it. I mean, this used to drink a lot and come home drunk and always make big deals about everything. Stuff like that just doesn't happen.
But it wasn't subtle because you were a person of extremes.
Extreme, yeah.
Extreme that way, and now all this.
But
way.
I feel like it happened so gradual in the
that
story.
You just noticed?
That it wasn't like, oh, you're different now. You know, the only comment I got was about I'm carefree or whatever.
I see.
Yeah.
He's noticed this huge change in you, hasn't he? How has he reacted to that? Has he thought, well, hasn't he thought to ask you why or how this has happened?
They kind of know about meetings and stuff, and they just never really ask. They just never, yeah.
So, Facebook comment?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Mary Eli says, there is still doing, but not identifying with it, right?
Yeah, doing happens. And it's not about not identifying with it. It's just doing, nothing doing. It's not identifying with it. It's like a position where there still is a sense of being someone. And that position says, I'm not doing it, or I'm not the doer. It's just, there's no one. Body does things, apparently. There's just no story to it. It's just doing, making coffee, driving a car. There's no context, and it's not going anywhere.
That is a subtlety in a lot of the teachings, even non-dual, talking to a subtle person, that they could do something.
Yeah.
So unless it's the direct way, radical, so to speak, that's infused in there, and it begs the question in the story, in the dream, is there reinforcement of the identity in the dream? And it's all story.
In the dream, yeah.
Or is there a loosening regardless, because there's concessions they make to the idea of person that they could see through who they think they are? And that's alluding to like a person that could see through who they think they are. But they seem to be aware of this. Some of these teachers, I won't mention names, but they realize they're making concessions within the dream. But it's a moot point. I like that word, moot point.
What does that mean?
It means it's inconsequential. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah. It ultimately doesn't mean it, to say that. And there's arguments. I happen to feel there's redeeming values within the dream of a loosening for a happier dream, let's say, But they're always going to default to the person that they think they could do it. And so it'll never have, from my mind in the dream, the kind of impact that this message that you share has, even within the dream. That's why I love this message. It's just right here, powerful, and it doesn't buy into the story in any respect.
Yeah, seems like when there's an openness, then it's nobody's openness, but
right. Yeah. And it's remarkable that in the timeline, in this amazing intricate timeline, all the religions, they're talking to people for the most part. Even Buddhism, things that know self and see through the people, it defaults, whether through translation or something, maybe because of the energy and the conditioning is just so powerful, the idea of the self, that all the religions, some of the Zen ones, and you'll find in Advaita or whatever, right, that it won't address the person. You will find it, But even then, they're kind of still use it for the person. So it's just so powerful. It's amazing. The world, the apparent world, all the religions, everything, they're doing this dance of the person trying to find it. Yeah. And
it's nothing being that.
And
it's emptiness appearing.
It's a story.
All of that. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing in the story. Yeah. And yet it's not.
It's just a play of light, sound, color. Which is this, which is sitting in a room.
So when you share, all you could share is what's obviously seen. Yeah. You give examples sometimes, but yeah. That's what's so powerful about it, actually. Yeah. The radical message is gaining some traction. Whatever, for what it's worth in the story. It's almost 2 hours, but there's no limit on the time here. And I was happy we had some extra time because of the technical difficulties, So we could end. Yeah, and you have work today, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's it like to work?
It's easy. It's simple. I guess I can recall there was a whole lot that just seemed to go on from just before it's just even talking about it that way. But Zabi used to be very neurotic, to put it that way. It was what they said, what she said, what my boss thinks of me, what went wrong, how, just trying to get something in order. And it was just an energetic happening. It was just very like this. It was like a straitjacket. And that's just not there. And it's just easy. It's just talking and eating and on the computer. And it's just easy. Yeah.
What's it like with people?
Just conversations just seem to be, there's no need. And before there was like a desperation of trying to talk to someone and what do they think of me and how I should be and how they perceive me, how I perceive them. There's just this whole game that was running, this whole mechanism that just doesn't seem to be there anymore. So it's just like, yeah.
That's a great byproduct.
Yeah, it's a byproduct.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Here it's kind of conditional. It could feel clear, and it hits, and it's like, wow, holy, all that wholeness stuff, and then and then all that wholeness stuff all that wholeness crap that we speak about. But then when the true litmus test, I'm in front of something in a situation, it contracts.
But that's fine. That is
and
wholeness.
That's it. I get it.
Yeah.
But the experience, the byproduct there for you is beautiful. Here it will contract again, and that's just in the story. But I know what it is not to, even under this circumstance in the story, and it's nice when it flows that way. But I get it. I'm not going to identify with it so much. I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I want. You don't know what arises, but but it's seen here that anything can arise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a sense of patterns continuing, even though there's a recognition there's no one doing it? There's still
like conditioning. Yeah, the same waking up and getting a coffee, the first thing. Yeah, this
personality wise.
Yeah, the same. The personality kind of stuck. It's just, it's just still the same in most ways. Yeah. There's no like dramatic change. I don't drink anymore. I guess that's something. But yeah.
The character's a lot lighter, maybe happier. How was the Sacramento gathering? Good.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's cool.
You got a half hour of it on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It was cool.
Oh, nice.
It was longer, but I think my phone turned off on one of them.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get them to come down here too, but
Yeah.
to no avail.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have meetings in Sacramento.
Hmm?
You have meetings in Sacramento.
Yeah. Yeah. And we also host like teachers from around the world in these gatherings too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot from England that share this similar message.
Mm-hmm.
And they've invited them in Sacramento and also here, this area.
Did anything happen with Carl Renz?
He postponed it, but he'll be here. He wanted to come in March. Nobody knows Carl Renz. He was before even all this, the new wave of radical,
Mm-hmm.
He's been sharing this way forever. I think it's this message, everyone, like you said, different teachers see different things and whatnot, but he never went into the story.
Mm.
Carl Renz, if anyone wants to check him out on YouTube. From Germany.
Well, thank you. I think
Yeah. Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I hope so. Oh, good. And you're a Course in Miracles student, sort of?
Yeah, yes, I am. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So did you find this overlaps a little bit?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Good.
Yeah,
It's complementary.
it's absolutely complete.
So funny. There were two things from Course in Miracles that I kind of wanted to bring up. They're just like lesson 8 or 9 or 9 and 10. That my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world, and I give everything the meaning it has for me.
For me.
And that, and that was. It's funny because I did Course in Miracles. Pretty much that was as far as I got, but those two things just totally stuck.
Yeah, the first part of it is undoing the ego, and then the second part is realizing the truth, realizing the Holy Spirit, what they call the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, it's a progressive path. All right, thank you, everybody. Namaste. And as they say, namasko.
Namasko.
You never heard that one?
No.
Namaste. Namasko.
I think that we're friends on Facebook, so you can.
Yeah, because you got the Facebook invite.